All right. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Buenos dias, bonjour. I'm here to talk about SNX Synthetix, okay? In this video, I'm gonna run through some technical analysis, talk about what I see happening both short-term and long-term. So if you like the sound of that, please like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell icon to notify new uploads. And look, folks, I'll tell you why. You can look back at the videos I've made from, weeks and months ago at this point. I put Synthetix in my top 3 coins list for this 2021 bull run. I let you guys know about Synthetix right around $7. And look, folks, it's at well over $20 now. Let's say you got in at, let's say, $8. You'd be up just 160% now, 170% now. So don't like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell button, notified. Keep missing these opportunities, folks. You tell me what makes sense to you. Look back. It's the main video on this channel. It's my top 3 coins list for 2021. Synthetix was my number 3 pick, and we're up quite a bit now. Concerningly, we have been dumping quite a bit, and I think the important thing to understand with Synthetix right now is the fact that we're in this what appears to be a descending triangle. We will soon be testing major support sooner rather than later here. I think kind of major support level kind of being from, I'd say, 2150 to $21. I think that's a critical support level. Synthetix is very interesting right now because we're right in between super strong support and super strong resistance. We have a bunch of EMAs above us on the 8-hour acting as resistance. Wow, I struggled hard to say resistance, didn't I? And then we're very close to support with the 100 EMA on the 8-hour. I believe the 100 EMA on the 8-hour is the most important support level we need to keep our eye out for. Why? Well, if we zoom out for a sec here, let's try and get a sense of where we found support last time we corrected. Well, we pumped, dumped, we found support on the 100 EMA on the 8-hour. So, moving forward, I'd wager that's likely to be a very strong support level for Synthetix, which is right around the 100 EMA on the 8-hour is right around $20. If I were so inclined to get into Synthetix, if I hadn't done so already and I wanted to get in, I would start placing my buy orders personally. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor, but if I were so inclined, between, let's say, like $21.50 and $21, if this does not hold, I do think we're going to fall down to $20-ish wherever the 100 EMA on the 8-hour is. That is where I would be placing my buy orders. Further, I would take a dollar cost averaging approach, right? You buy, so So let me just explain what Synthetix is. So Synthetix is essentially plays in derivatives. Derivatives are essentially leveraged representations of assets, and I love derivatives plays in SNX is one of my largest bag holds because I believe derivatives have a much higher ceiling than the rest of the crypto market because of the niche they play in. So derivatives are essentially like leverage, if I didn't already say this, leverage representations of assets. So you don't really, you basically just trade synthetic representations of real world assets. In the legacy markets, the trading of the derivatives is orders of magnitude larger than the trading of the underlying assets. And in crypto, it's the exact opposite. And I do believe crypto is to mature as an asset class, and maybe the whole market could do a 10, 15, 20x, in the next few months. So if the whole market could do 10, 15, 20x, and derivatives is perhaps destined to grow and surpass the trading of the underlying assets as the asset class matures, what could something like Synthetix do, which is by far the leader in its niche? That's why I'm so incredibly bullish on Synthetix long term. Even if we correct further in the short term, I don't think it matters. I'm a long-term investor. I won't be scaling out or looking to be taking any kind of profits until late third quarter, early fourth quarter with Synthetix. So these are the 2 places that I would start to place dollar cost average my way into if I were so inclined to get in. If we start to fall below $20, that is very bad news bears, very no bueno. I would start being worried at that point that Synthetix is no longer short-term bullish. Now, if we break out bullishly, I've identified what I believe to be some key resistance levels, that being kind of, I'd say, 2480 to 2420. Am I listening to 6ix9ine? Jesus Christ, I didn't remove that song from my playlist. Sorry about that, folks. Let's put on a half decent song, a respectable song that we can anyways, aside from let's talk about what's important here. There we go. Put on some Nipsey Hussle. That's much better. Okay. So, key resistance levels. Let's get back to what's important here. Now, I wanted to, I'm trying to fight the urge from placing a resistance point here at kind of the $26 because it's really obvious. I think $26 is going to act as some kind of resistance because that's where we see the peak in volume in these higher levels here. But there's no, there's no super clear places we were wicking off of. So while I do think $26 is going to act as resistance, this whole area is going to act as resistance. So I'm trying to be, you know, a bit more accurate for you folks here. So if we get above this level, I think we have a good chance of tackling 27 cents. You know, everywhere from 27 to 28 cents was strong resistance. We could see the long wicks to the upside all throughout 28 cents. I think getting above $30 for Synthetix is going to be a struggle. Although, let's see kind of where we could break out to. If we take the height of this triangle and we assume, you know, we have a breakout here, you know, could we test all-time highs? I definitely think so. I don't think it's going to be an easy ride there. A lot of strong resistance above us, but I do think, technically speaking, a bullish breakout from this descending triangle could bring us to retest all-time highs here. So yeah, let's take a look at our indicators to try and get a sense of what's going on with Synthetix. So, ooh, look at that. Look at that. Bearish crossover on the daily. Very bad news bears. Very no bueno. MACD on the way down, stochastic on the way down. RSI, bearish divergence on the RSI. Very not good to see. Based off the daily, I think we have further consolidation in store, folks. Which, I mean, if you haven't gotten in yet, is not a bad thing. Look at that. Look at that bearish breakdown from the RSI. Very not good to see. So let's keep taking a look at it through our different indicators, get a further sense of what's going on. 12. Yeah, 12 still bearish. We're not seeing a whole lot of strength yet. MACD, weighted MACD looks like it wants to have a bullish crossover, but hasn't yet. Ooh, yeah, it does not. Weighted MACD is kind of like a leading indicator on the regular MACD. That's why I like to look at it. So, 6 hour bearish crossover on the weighted, bullish crossover on the stochastic, RSI, higher lows, although maintaining kind of above 40. If we start to break down below 40 on the 6, that's going to be very concerning. Let's take a look at the 4. Yeah, 4 hours still bullish, bearish, folks. Let's take a look at the 2 hours, still not seeing a whole lot of strength. I mean, yeah, weighted MACD can't even go up. Very bearish. Ooh, stochastic RSI does not want to go up. 2 hour, bearish. 1 hour, yeah, 1 hour still bearish. Yeah, like the only bullish thing I'm seeing is kind of like the weighted MACD wants to maybe have a bullish crossover on the 1 hour. It's like the only thing that looks bullish. Let's look at the half hour. Yeah, even the half hour. So folks, literally everything looks bearish for Synthetix. It's had which makes sense. It's had a massive run up. Whenever you, so if you've bought near the top, or if you're, you know, for anyone who's in Synthetix, seeing a drop off, a sell off, it sucks to see. It sucks as a holder. I'm a bag holder myself. It's gonna suck to see further consolidation if we get it, further correcting if we get it. But you got to try and not forget the larger picture as a long-term investor. This bull run has many more months left within it. Synthetix is a solid project, good fundamentals, leader in its niche. I'm not at all worried about Synthetix long-term future. And if you know, for a healthy bull market to exist, you need pullbacks, you need consolidation phases for people to get in and accumulate for the next pump. So things do look bearish. I think we are going to test kind of 2150 of these ranges. If we don't hold that, I think we're retesting the 100 EMA on the 8 hour. It's the most important support level. That's where we found support last time we pumped and dumped in our bull trend. If we start to break below that, that's very bad news bears, very no bueno. I would start to be worried that Synthetix is no longer short-term bullish in that case. And then if we can't hold like $20 here, I think kind of our next stop is like 1865 to $17. If we can't hold that, I think kind of, you know, 1590, I'd say $16 to, you know, 1450 is probably where we fall next. I'm basing that off like kind of like clusters and in volume and kind of some important like regions that we've wicked off of. Now it's hard to do price predictions on something like Synthetix because it's not a normal coin where it's like you can just say, oh, if Bitcoin does this and look at the previous cycle and see how much this coin pumped, how, you know, roughly guesstimate how much this coin can pump this cycle. It's more difficult to do something like that on Synthetix because it plays in a different niche that kind of places it in a league of its own, because it plays in derivatives. The ceiling for derivatives is much higher than any other coin. So, you know, I could say, you know, oh, I could see Synthetix in the low hundreds of dollars, $100, $200, $300, you know, kind of conservative at the peak of this bull run, like, you know, October to this year. But I don't feel comfortable. I don't have a strong opinion in terms of a long-term price target for synthetics. Like I said, folks, derivatives, they're it's a whole different niche. It's a whole different ballpark. You can't. I find it a lot more difficult to predict or kind of guesstimate where something like synthetics could go, because it just it doesn't react the same as other coins. It's just yeah, no, that's as good as I can explain it. I can keep rambling on, but that's pretty much my thoughts for the moment here, folks. So just before I leave you and before y'all run away and FOMO and FUD into different coins, I want to bring up Bitcoin dominance. This is a very good chart to keep an eye out for, to kind of understand what the altcoins could do. Whenever Bitcoin dominance, just to mention what it is, Bitcoin dominance is the total value of Bitcoin in comparison to the total value of all cryptocurrency. Whenever it rises, alts typically suffer. Whenever it falls, alts typically benefit. And I pulled out the Heikin-Ashi candles because they're good for understanding the trend. So we've been experiencing a bit of a run-up in Bitcoin dominance the last few days. It is currently falling. So, which is good to see. That's going to allow the altcoins to benefit. Whenever, if we start to see this rally, that's going to place the dampers on the altcoins. If we start to see this fall, it's going to put, that should tell you the altcoins have more gas in the tank to keep running. So, very good chart to look at to gauge what the altcoins are doing. Now, we are right up against significant support from kind of these regions here, We can clearly see how Bitcoin dominance has been highly reactive off, I'd say, 60% to 57%. If and when we start to see Bitcoin dominance fall below 57%, I think that's when we see the true alt season and altcoins really start to fly. And another reason that points towards us being in the beginning stage of a bull run is, one can presume throughout the course of a bull run that near the end, alts are going to start taking up more percentage in terms of market cap in comparison to Bitcoin. And so we're perhaps destined to sometime in the future reach these low levels with Bitcoin dominance. And once we start reaching these low levels, that's going to be one thing I should be telling for in terms of a peak. But I bring that up just to say that I think the alts still have so much more room to run over the next few months, folks. This is a long-term game. I do believe this market is likely to reach some kind of peak with Bitcoin September, October, and Ethereum and the altcoins such as Synthetix are likely to reach their peak roughly a month after Bitcoin. I'm basing that off the previous cycles, and I'm basing that off a chart by Trading Shot, who broke down the Bitcoin cycles pretty well. So Bitcoin moves in 4-year cycles based off the halvings. It's what drives everything. You can find the chart I'm referring to in our Discord group. Link for that will be down in the description below in our resources section. So that's where you can find that. As well, if you guys want to support us, you like what I do, you want more stuff, consider joining our Patreon. Link for that will be down in the description below. You get access to our VIP Discord. We take a look at our different low cap gems and important catalysts, important setups. And actually, before I leave y'all, I'm gonna bring up, since I have it pulled up here, one. Oh no, that's not. I don't have it pulled up. Anyways, I was gonna. I mentioned I'll pull it up. This is one low cap, lowish cap gem that I was talking about in our Discord group. It's another derivatives play. I like Lena because it's like I said, another derivatives play, much like Synthetix, but has a much lower market cap. Like, I believe it was like around 100 million last time I checked. When I mentioned it to our Discord group, it was like the market cap was like at 90 million. Let's see if there we go. Oh yeah, look at that, right about 100 million. Market cap. So since Synthetix is what was it, like 3 billion market cap, and Lena is only at 100 million. Yeah, look, literally, I think Lena has a lot of room to catch up. It had, ooh, look at this. I love seeing this, folks, because it's so telling of like market psychology and how markets work. So we're in this descending triangle. We broke down bearishly, had a bear trap, a bear fake out, and then we pumped, and we're right up against resistance. Oh my God, it is almost like I know what I'm talking about, folks. I drew this red resistance box days ago. It's like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell icon, notified new uploads, and check out our Patreon, folks. This is our Patreon members, our VIP Discord members got this set up days ago. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell icon, notified new uploads, and check out our Patreon, folks. Like, we've been killing it. We've been absolutely killing it. This is exactly where we found support on our GAN fans here. We're finding resistance exactly where predicted, and if we can break above these levels, we're likely to test all-time highs and perhaps the 14-cent range exactly as predicted. So, folks, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Take care.